Have you ever sat down at your desk, opened a textbook, and felt like your brain was already completely full? It is a frustrating feeling. You read the same sentence 3 times, but nothing sinks in. You do not need to study longer. You just need to clear the mental traffic jam before you even open your textbook. In this video, we will explore the science of working memory and how a simple 10-minute morning habit can completely transform your cognitive processing speed, turning a gridlocked mind into a high-speed superhighway. To understand how to accelerate your learning, we first have to understand working memory. Think of your working memory as the cognitive workbench of your brain. It is where you temporarily hold and manipulate new information. But unlike your long-term memory, which has a nearly infinite capacity, your working memory is incredibly limited. It can only hold a few pieces of information at once. When you wake up, this workbench is often cluttered with metabolic waste and residual neural noise, making it almost impossible to process complex new concepts efficiently. Imagine your prefrontal cortex as a multi-lane highway. During a normal morning, this highway is not empty. It is clogged with slow-moving heavy trucks representing sleep inertia, cortisol spikes, and leftover thoughts from yesterday. When you try to force new study material onto this congested highway, the new information simply gets stuck in traffic. This is why studying straight after rolling out of bed without preparation often feels like an uphill battle. When we first wake up, our bodies go through a natural hormonal transition. Cortisol levels rise, and the remnants of adenosine, the chemical responsible for sleep pressure, still cling to our brain receptors. This state is known scientifically as sleep inertia. It can last anywhere from 30 minutes to 2 hours, severely degrading your executive functioning, attention span, and working memory capacity. If you try to study during this window without intervention, you are essentially trying to run a marathon in deep mud. So, how do we clear this mental traffic jam instantly? The answer lies not in a magic pill or a double shot of espresso, but in a specific 10-minute morning physical movement. By engaging in low to moderate intensity physical activity immediately after waking up, you trigger a cascade of neurobiological events that act as an ultimate traffic controller for your brain, clearing the cognitive clutter and paving the way for rapid learning. The secret weapon of morning movement is a protein called brain-derived neurotrophic factor, or BDNF. Scientists often refer to BDNF as fertilizer for the brain. When you move your body for just 10 minutes, your brain increases the production of this vital protein. BDNF enhances neuroplasticity, which is your brain's ability to grow, adapt, and build new pathways. More importantly for students, BDNF specifically targets the hippocampus, the critical brain region responsible for converting short-term lessons into long-term memories. In addition to BDNF, physical movement floods your system with key neurotransmitters, primarily dopamine and norepinephrine. Dopamine is not just about pleasure. In the context of cognitive science, it is the molecule of drive, attention, and salience. It helps you focus on what is important while filtering out background noise. Increased norepinephrine levels sharpen your alertness, acting like a lens calibration that makes every word on your textbook page stand out with crystalline clarity. With BDNF, dopamine, and norepinephrine active, your brain's internal traffic controller goes to work. The slow-moving, metaphorical trucks of sleep inertia are guided off the highway. The lanes are cleared, and the speed limit of your working memory is effectively doubled. New facts, equations, and vocabulary words can now glide onto the mental highway without encountering any resistance or delay, allowing you to absorb complex concepts in a fraction of the time. There's also a simple mechanical benefit to this habit: oxygenation. Physical movement increases your heart rate, which leads to vasodilation, the widening of blood vessels. This dramatically increases cerebral blood flow, delivering a massive wave of fresh oxygen and glucose directly to your prefrontal cortex. Your brain consumes about 20% of your body's energy, and by delivering its fuel source first thing in the morning, you ensure your cognitive engine is running at peak thermal efficiency. Let us look at the stark contrast between these two states.
Imagine trying to study without this 10-minute movement habit. Your brain is starved of optimal blood flow, your receptors are blocked by sleep inertia, and your working memory is cluttered. You read a paragraph, but your attention drifts. Your brain simply cannot find a place to park the new information, so the data is discarded, resulting in wasted hours and highly inefficient study sessions. Now, imagine studying after your 10-minute morning movement. Your neural pathways are wide open. Your focus is laser sharp because of the elevated dopamine. As you read, your brain actively synthesizes the new material, instantly linking it to existing neural networks. What used to take an hour of painful, repetitive reading now takes just 20 minutes of highly engaged, effortless comprehension. You are studying smarter, not harder. What exactly does this 10-minute routine look like? It does not mean a grueling, high-intensity gym workout that leaves you exhausted. In fact, intense exercise can temporarily deplete your energy. Instead, aim for low to moderate intensity movement. This could be a combination of light bodyweight squats, dynamic stretching, jumping jacks, or even a brisk walk around your block. The goal is simply to get your heart rate elevated into zone 1 or 2 and to get your blood circulating. To multiply the effectiveness of this habit, perform your 10-minute movement outside in the morning sunlight. Photons from the sun strike the melanopsin receptors in your eyes, sending a direct signal to your suprachiasmatic nucleus, the master clock in your brain. This immediately halts the production of melatonin, the sleep hormone, and synchronizes your biological rhythm, further boosting your daytime alertness, evening sleep quality, and overall cognitive speed. The benefits of this habit compound over time. While the immediate boost in focus and working memory capacity occurs right after the movement, the daily release of BDNF builds a more resilient, structurally dense brain over weeks and months. You are not just making today's study session faster, you are physically upgrading the hardware of your mind, increasing your baseline intelligence, and building a powerful cognitive buffer against cognitive decline. In conclusion, your academic and professional success is not determined by how many hours you grind, but by how effectively you prepare your mind to receive information. By committing to just 10 minutes of light movement every morning, you clear the mental traffic jam, optimize your working memory, and unleash your brain's true learning potential. Try it tomorrow morning before you open a single book and watch your study speed multiply. Thank you for watching, and keep optimizing.